That moment when you finally make a decision only to immediately question if it was the right one. But what if you could trust yourself enough to move forward without looking back? Today, we're talking about how to stop second-guessing yourself for good. This matters because every time you doubt your choices, you waste energy and create unnecessary stress. When you break this habit, you'll feel lighter, more confident, and finally free to take action. The truth is, second-guessing isn't about the decision. It's about how you relate to your own judgment. In this video, I'll walk you through the exact steps to rewire this pattern, one small shift at a time. Let's start with what's really happening when you second-guess yourself. Second-guessing yourself is that nagging voice that makes you question every decision. It's not just about big choices. It shows up in tiny moments too, like replaying conversations or hesitating before hitting send. Imagine standing at a crossroads, but instead of moving forward, you keep circling back to what if. It's exhausting, and it steals time and energy from what actually matters. The tricky part? It often disguises itself as being careful or thorough. The real confidence isn't about having all the answers. It's about trusting yourself even when you don't. Notice when your mind lingers on past choices instead of focusing on the present. Recognizing this pattern is the first step to breaking free. Constant second-guessing doesn't just slow you down, it chips away at your peace. When you doubt every move, you train your brain to see uncertainty as danger. Think of it like walking on shaky ground instead of solid footing. Over time, this habit makes even small decisions feel heavy and stressful. The irony? Most of those mistakes you fear aren't life or death. Letting go of overanalysis creates space for clarity and calm. Try this. For one day, notice how often hesitation holds you back. Awareness alone can start shifting the weight off your shoulders. Without second-guessing, choices feel lighter and actions flow more naturally. It's not about being reckless. It's about trusting your judgment enough to move forward. Picture someone who picks a meal without scanning the menu 5 times or leaves a text without editing it endlessly. They're not perfect. They just don't punish themselves for every tiny choice. The biggest myth? That overthinking keeps you safe from regret. In reality, it often creates more regret by paralyzing you. Freedom comes when you accept that some uncertainty is normal, and that brings us to what's really getting in the way. If this video is helping you so far, take a quick second to hit the like button. It lets me know you're finding this useful and helps others discover it too. Drop a comment below if you've ever struggled with second-guessing. I'd love to hear your story. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more practical mindset shifts like this. There's a lot more coming to help you live with more confidence and less doubt. Stick around because we're just getting to the really good stuff. Your support means everything, and I'm so glad you're here. Now, let's dive back in and keep building that self-trust. The root of second-guessing is usually fear. Fear of failure, judgment, or making the wrong call. But here's the catch. Treating every decision like a test means you're always grading yourself. Perfectionism whispers that there's one perfect path and you'd better find it. Social media makes it worse, bombarding you with endless options and comparisons. The truth? Most choices aren't irreversible, and many wrong turns teach you something valuable. You don't need to eliminate doubt. Just stop letting it drive the car. Start by questioning the belief that you must always choose perfectly, because the first real shift happens in how you see the problem. The game changer is realizing that confidence isn't the absence of doubt, it's acting despite it. Think of doubt like bad weather. You can't stop the rain, but you can still go outside. Waiting for certainty means waiting forever, because life doesn't come with guarantees. Even people who seem decisive have moments of uncertainty. They just don't let it stop them. The shift starts when you accept that some discomfort is part of growth. Every time you move forward without overanalyzing, you build trust in yourself. Try reframing. What's the cost of not deciding? And with that, you're ready for the first practical step. Start small, pick one low-stakes decision today and commit without overthinking. It could be what to wear, what to eat, or whether to reply to a text right now. Set a timer if you need to, give yourself 30 seconds, then act. The goal isn't to make the best choice, but to practice trusting your gut. You'll probably feel uneasy at first, and that's okay. Each time you do this, you're rewiring your brain to handle uncertainty better. Remember, progress isn't about never doubting, it's about doubting less, and that's where the real work begins. Let's talk about how second-guessing shows up in real ordinary moments. It's not just big decisions, it's the small ones too, like replaying conversations or hesitating over simple choices. Imagine standing in the grocery aisle, staring at 2 nearly identical products, feeling stuck. That's second-guessing in action, your brain treating tiny choices like life or death scenarios. The trap here is thinking clarity comes from overanalyzing, when often it just creates more noise. The good news? These small moments are where you can practice trusting yourself. Next time you feel that hesitation, pause, take a breath, and pick one, no looking back. Which brings us to how you can build this into your daily routine. Here's a tiny habit that makes a big difference, the one and done rule. It works because it trains your brain to act without seeking perfection. For one small decision each day, what to wear, what to eat, what task to start first, make your choice and move on. No revisiting it, no regrets, no mental replays. People often think they need to practice this with huge decisions, but starting small builds confidence naturally. Over time, you'll notice less mental clutter and more trust in your instincts. Try it today. Pick something minor and commit just once. Of course, there's a common mistake that can trip you up along the way. If you're enjoying these tools, you'll love the resources at www.happylifetribe.com. It's packed with practical guidance to help you live with more calm and clarity. You'll find worksheets, mini courses, and simple strategies to stop overthinking. Think of it as your go-to spot for building a happier, more mindful life. Everything's designed to fit into your real day, not just theory. Whether it's confidence, peace, or focus you're after, there's something there for you. Take a look when you're ready. No pressure, just support. Now, let's get back to how you can start trusting yourself more today. The biggest slip-up? Treating this like a test you can fail. If you catch yourself second-guessing later, it's easy to think, see? I can't do this. But that's not a failure, it's just your old habit trying to reassert itself. Progress isn't about never doubting, it's about noticing when you do and gently redirecting. The trap is expecting instant perfection instead of celebrating small wins. Every time you notice and adjust, you're rewiring your brain's default setting. Be kind to yourself. This is a skill, and skills take repetition. Now, let's talk about how to make this feel doable, even on hectic days. The key is to anchor your practice to something already part of your routine. For example, use your morning coffee or commute as a cue to check in with yourself. Ask, what's one thing I can decide without overthinking today? Linking it to an existing habit removes the pressure of adding something new. People often give up because they try to overhaul everything at once, but tiny steps stick. This way, even on busy days, you're reinforcing trust in your choices. Start with just one anchored moment and let it grow from there. As this becomes natural, you'll start noticing subtle shifts in how you feel. Here's the beautiful part. As you practice, the weight of constant doubt begins to lift. You'll catch yourself making decisions faster, with less mental fatigue. It's not that you never question, it's that the questions don't paralyze you anymore. That background noise of what if I'm wrong quiets down. Some people worry this means becoming careless, but it's the opposite. You're more present. Trusting yourself frees up energy for what actually matters in your day. Pay attention to those moments of ease. They're proof you're growing. Of course, life gets busy, so let's talk about keeping this going even then. When stress kicks in, old habits love to creep back. That's completely normal. Instead of dropping the practice entirely, simplify it even further. On chaotic days, your goal is just one unrevisited decision, no matter how small. Maybe it's choosing a lunch spot without scrolling reviews or picking a workout without debating alternatives. The mistake is thinking you have to do it perfectly every day. Progress isn't all or nothing. Even one intentional choice keeps the momentum alive. Remember, this isn't about adding pressure. It's about creating space for confidence. And that brings us to the next phase, how to deepen this shift when you're ready. Over time, trusting yourself becomes less of a conscious effort and more like second nature. This isn't about perfection. It's about small, steady progress that adds up. You'll notice fewer moments of hesitation and more confidence in your choices, big or small. Simple decisions like what to wear or how to spend your time stop feeling like battles. There will still be days when doubt creeps in, but they'll feel like exceptions, not the rule. The relief of not constantly questioning yourself frees up mental space for what truly matters. Pay attention to those moments when you act without overthinking. They're proof you're growing. And as this shift deepens, you'll start to see how it touches every part of your life. You're not alone in wanting to stop second guessing and live with more ease. Over at www.happylifetribe.com, there's a whole community rooting for you. It's a space where we share wins, struggles, and everyday mindful living tips. Imagine having people who just get it. No judgment, just encouragement. Whether you need a little nudge or fresh ideas, we've got your back. Growth is always better together, and we'd love to have you join us. No need to do this solo when there's so much support waiting. Now, let's keep going and build that confidence, one choice at a time. Even after making progress, there will be times when old habits resurface. Stress, fatigue, or big decisions can make second-guessing feel tempting again. You might catch yourself replaying conversations or doubting a choice you already made. This doesn't mean you failed, it's just part of the process. The key is to notice it without judging yourself or spiraling into frustration. These moments are actually opportunities to practice self-trust in real time. Remind yourself that setbacks are normal and they don't erase your progress. With that mindset, you can move forward instead of getting stuck. When you find yourself overthinking again, pause and take a deep breath. Acknowledge what's happening without letting it define you. Ask yourself, what would I do right now if I trusted myself completely? Often, the answer is simpler than the doubt makes it seem. It's okay to course correct, but avoid undoing decisions just because they feel uncertain. Every time you choose to move forward despite doubt, you strengthen your confidence. Treat these moments as practice, not tests you can pass or fail. The more you do this, the quicker you'll bounce back next time. This practice is especially powerful for people who tend to overanalyze or seek reassurance. If you often feel stuck weighing options or worrying about making the wrong choice, this is for you. It's also helpful for anyone who struggles with imposter syndrome or self-doubt. Even confident people can second-guess themselves in areas where they feel less secure. The truth is, no one is immune to doubt, but not everyone lets it dictate their choices. Learning to trust yourself levels the playing field and lets you act with clarity. If you've ever felt paralyzed by indecision, this shift can change that. And the sooner you start, the sooner you'll feel the difference. Start small by picking one decision today where you'll practice trusting yourself. It could be something as simple as choosing what to eat or how to spend your evening. Make the choice, then pause and notice how it feels without revisiting it. If doubt arises, remind yourself that no decision needs to be perfect to be good enough. At the end of the day, reflect on how it went without criticizing yourself. Tomorrow, do the same thing with another small decision. Over time, you'll build evidence that you can rely on your own judgment. These small steps create the foundation for bigger confidence down the road. Trusting yourself isn't about never feeling doubt. It's about not letting doubt control you. Every time you choose to act despite uncertainty, you prove to yourself that you're capable. This isn't just about making decisions easier. It's about living with more freedom and less fear. Imagine how much time and energy you'll reclaim when you're not stuck in cycles of second guessing. You deserve to move through life with confidence, even when you don't have all the answers. The world needs your ideas, your choices, and your voice, not a perfect version of them. Start where you are, be patient with yourself, and keep going. You've already taken the first step just by being here, and that's something to trust. You've just learned some powerful ways to stop second guessing yourself and trust your choices. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about progress, one small step at a time. Try one of these strategies today and notice how it feels to stand by your decisions. If this video helped you, give it a like. It means so much and helps others find it too. Subscribe for more practical tools to live with more confidence and less doubt. For extra encouragement and mindful living ideas, join us at www.happylifetribe.com. Our community is all about support, calm inspiration, and real life growth together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Keep trusting yourself.